I'm glad you came to see me. I'm going to need your help. It's a personal matter.
What does it entail?
As you may remember, Silvio told me about a cache on the Constantia. Despite everything that's happened to that ship since sinking, it wasn't discovered. I found my mother's logbook in there, but she had so little trust that she wrote in code. And I don't understand any of it. I need to know what information it holds. It may give me some insight into what happened to her. You understand?
Of course. But what do you expect from me?
I need you to find someone who can translate the logbook.
I'm at your service.
Someone in Yuxantis can surely help us. One of the admirals, perhaps.
What were you doing on the ship that kidnapped us, if you didn't approve of their actions?
When you're a common sailor, you can't choose which ship you embark on. And you can't choose your missions, or what you're transporting. Like most Nauts, I disapprove of carrying forced passengers. And believe me, I said just that to my captain at the time. But alas, he's the kind of person who puts profit above conscience, enriching the guild rather than adhering to its original spirit. I'll do my best to redeem my people and convince them to stop the trafficking.
Have you and Sybil known each other for a long time?
We met a few years ago, when I was a deckhand on the ship that brought her to Alima. We hit it off right away. And we saw each other several times while she was working. We became friends. And when I was looking for a way to get you out of jail, she was the first person who came to mind. She's resourceful, but also funny. You should see her impression of her uncle. She's incredible.
I had no idea there were so many natives of my island on this continent. Did you know?
I suspected as much. I know the ship I served on is far from the only one transporting your people. Transporting. Kidnapping would be more accurate, wouldn't it? However, I would never have imagined that our crimes were so great. And that we'd brought so many here. It shames and angers me. I'm so dreadfully sorry that our guild is involved in this.
What can you tell me about Yux?
Our island is quite far from the mainland. Its land is poor, and its waters are terribly dangerous. Also, the people who live there have always been exceptional fishermen and sailors. Their survival depended on it. This talent made them useful to the mainlanders, and one day the sailors decided to unite into a guild. And the Nauts quickly became not only sailors, but also shipbuilders. We build the ships, weave the sails, and braid the ropes on our island. Nowadays, not all Yuxantians are sailors, but they all still depend on the wealth of our guild. And for those who sail the seas, it's a home port. Their only true home beyond the waves.
You must be very proud to have been named captain.
Oh, of course. And I'm all the more proud that I got my new rank as a result of an achievement. That's not always the case, you know. Sometimes the only thing that counts is your length of service. But this rank offers me such an opportunity. I'll finally be able to make my voice heard on things that are important to me. Maybe I'll be able to convince the guild to stop its involvement in human trafficking. In any case, I'll do everything in my power to make that happen.
What does being a Naut mean to you? I get the impression that when you talk about the Nauts, you talk about them as if they were your clan, your family.
That's true. I don't know what being part of a clan means to you, but the Nauts are my family. Quite literally, to begin with. After all, my family are Nauts, but it's more than just our lineage. The sea, the ships, Yuxantis, our knowledge of navigation, and even the rules that govern us are all a part of me. Part of my history. I'm proud to be a Naut. I'm proud to ride the waves. Even if I'm not always proud of the things we agree to do on behalf of others. We're not really a people. The many Sea-Given who come from around the world are just as much Nauts as I am. The thing that unites us is the belief that we share the sea. The sea is the bond we all share, and Ixantis is our home. I imagine it's an idea that must seem strange to an outsider.
Maybe a little. But your bond with and because of the sea reminds me of the bond we Donegada have with our island. No matter what clan we're from, we all share the same bond with the land of Tiefredi. We're all different. And the specific history of our clans makes us unique. Yet we also share a great deal of knowledge. Traditions that are handed down from generation to generation. And our land binds us together, creating a mutual understanding that's deeper than words, and also a sense of belonging.
That's it. That's exactly it. I'm so happy you understand. There are so many people who only see us as merchants on ships, but I think we're much more than that.
Are you happy to have become the captain of the Constantia? That boat must mean a lot to you.
I'm happy to have recovered my mother's ship, even though, I admit, I had misgivings at first. After all, she did die at its helm. But when I reached it, I immediately felt a connection, and many memories came back to me. Happy memories of my childhood.
In any case, I really like the cabin you gave me. It reminds me of the houses in my village.
I followed the librarian's advice when decorating it. I'm glad you like it.
I won't bother.
Don't worry. You were close, and I am so sorry for your loss. If you ever need someone to talk to, I'd be very happy to listen.
I won't.
Don't.
Thank you for coming to see me, Vridengar. We need to talk about that merchant, Iqbal. I want to find the Black Algs. We need to make sure they're okay, or free them if they're still imprisoned. That woman is our only clue. Please help me find her and free our people.
Of course. I'll do everything I can to find them.
Finish what you have to do. Then come back and see me. But please, don't take too long.
With everything that happened, we never really had a chance to talk about our bonding ceremony.
It's true. It feels like 1,000 years ago. But if you don't mind, I'd rather talk about it in our own language. Fragole jasjord, espignek daulech dam, da gred dau emes olevir. So kontabu je digret chal da vujet nes diri. Da gontabe di ad hanalidi, agereudi ad gredes, oid venei en magleben. Da elu de helugedon mil feteni. Onessa godom and, so kontel. Samel radidon es diern. Ja flint me. A kaer, sa ned samach das lot. Sido. Age hamsteram seg, boat hagos enenik nes nodoigi. Demas yes. Bokoloen me. Kontabe kosag. Ko hontach, kanes henesem nes wiem. Renduer saule des. Mache ol tegedach de hegauam. Sagato. Quod boe voglendidad. Contabe de sequesa sam?
Escomem cam samel ma bodedes. E god neis dierni a mevas. E shionawag e crei alied varma vasam. A carot samel tir ja snegd ed siesene. E cante buied da vuied onca hebetum oleam. Caneis henesem. Agis fyrto. E nadaig cohagos ja toigt samel da veludi deis. Nasie entam vregu forsmeiuni desa Amsterramule.
Name Kassin, Aridenger. Name Kassin.
See you later.
Boy,
You wanted to speak to me?
Yes. I owe you an apology. And my thanks. I killed your friend back on the island. And I'm responsible for capturing you. I don't expect you to forgive me. I was following orders. And trying to protect my men. And as a result, not only did I hurt some good people, but now they're all dead. I lost everything. I'm nothing now. I know it's no excuse for what I did to you, and that my present situation won't bring you any comfort. But know that I'll do everything I can to repay my debt to you.
Your hands are stained with the blood of our people. But you have also lost much. I accept your apology.
You won't regret it.
How did you find yourself in Kurnaz's troops?
In the simplest manner you can imagine. I was assigned to the Green-Blue Regiment a few years back, and I was placed under his command when he was still just an officer. We fought side by side. He took notice. When he was made general, he assigned me to his personal guard.
What can you tell me about the Coin Guard?
It's a guild of mercenaries. It's created after the War of Independence of the Free Cities. Many people had fought and didn't know how to do much else. So they went and joined this guild, and they started to sell their services to other nations. And from generation to generation, men and women kept on joining up. Our reputation is our pride. We are employed by both sides of conflicts between warring countries. It's common to confront other members of the guild on the battlefield. Brother killing sister, and vice versa in the name of foreign nations. We are pawns on the chessboard, but without us, battles and victories wouldn't be possible.
Why were you on Tir Fradi? Did Kurnaz send you there?
When Kurnaz recruited me, he appreciated the fact I challenged his strategies. We became rather close. But as time passed, he took to liking my questions less and less. And my ideas even less than that. So he started assigning me to missions that took me farther away from him, including the mission to Tir Fradi. He needed island test subjects for his scientists. He didn't tell me anything else. And I did as I was ordered. Even though I regret it today, I obeyed.
What can you tell me about the Coin Guard?
It's a guild of mercenaries. It's created after the War of Independence of the Free Cities. Many people had fought and didn't know how to do much else. So they went and joined this guild, and they started to sell their services to other nations. And from generation to generation, men and women kept on joining up. Our reputation is our pride. We are employed by both sides of conflicts between warring countries. It's common to confront other members of the guild on the battlefield. Brother killing sister, and vice versa in the name of foreign nations. We are pawns on the chessboard, but without us, battles and victories wouldn't be possible.
How did you end up in that cavern on the Esquiara?
When you escaped, Kurnaz was notified immediately. We knew that a great many islanders were fleeing. Rarely from prisons, but from the noble houses they'd been sold to. He wanted to find you to make an example. And he had you followed by scouts. He kept the troops back. ready to strike when he'd find you. He was elated to discover that your little group had joined a community of islanders. As soon as the troops were ready, he gave the order to attack. And you know the rest.
What do you know about Zerrin?
I don't know her. She didn't mix with the soldiers. The opposite of her husband. I would bump into her at the general's house. Good morning, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. She behaved like so many other nobles. Just maybe a tad more clever. She and her husband have a strange relationship. I wouldn't call it love. But I'm no expert on the subject.
I must be off.
I understand. See you later.
If we keep this up, I'll end up becoming a real specialist in escaping prison by any means possible. That being said, I'm really glad that we got my dear Alvida out of this jail.
How do you always manage to make light of everything that happens? As if nothing really mattered.
Believe me, a lot of things are important to me. But derision and levity have saved my life more than once. When you're born into a family like mine, steeped in conspiracy and surrounded by murder, when tragedy and horror are daily occurrences, humor is the only way to keep from sinking into madness. I've seen firsthand what madness can drive us to. All I had to do was look at my dear cousin Octave. No doubt you had a very different childhood.
It's true. I haven't experienced murder and conspiracy. But things haven't always been perfect. My father died when I was a child. He was killed while out hunting. My mother found his body. She was never the same after that. But despite it all, I was lucky. The whole village was there for me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know why, but I imagined your life was peaceful before you were taken. We have such an idyllic vision of life on your island. I should have known it was just a fantasy.
Let's talk about it later.
Always at your service.
Ah, excellent timing. I was just thinking about you. I wanted to ask you something.
What is it?
I ran into my only nephew, Rudolph, a little while ago in Yuxantis. He's become a Naut. To be honest, he wasn't too happy to see me. That's putting it mildly. He was very angry with me. But I've just received a message mentioning him. It appears to have been written by a servant who accuses me of being responsible for the disappearance of his mistress, a merchant from the congregation. He says that she was lured to a meeting by my nephew and never came back. In the course of the various threats of torture and accusations he makes, it emerges that my nephew has also disappeared. I'm worried about him. We don't have a good relationship, but it's all my fault, and I wouldn't want anything to happen to him. I could take care of it myself, but I'm afraid I wouldn't be thinking clearly because it involves my family. Would you help me find my nephew and this woman?
I'm sorry, but I've simply got too much to do right now. I'll come back and talk to you as soon as I can.
Thank you.
If I've understood correctly, you're from the land they call Dutton.
That's right. The Holy Dutton Empire. I suppose you'd like me to tell you more about it. It could be a beautiful place to live. It's vast, full of beautiful forests and rich lands. That's most likely because it's soaked in the blood of the poor souls who were sacrificed to the folly of the powerful. For my country has always been at war. Or at least it has been for so long that no person alive knows the meaning of the word peace. We're at war with the Alliance, of course, as the Dutton Empire follows the path of the enlightened. But we are also at war with ourselves. Ever since a new holy man challenged the organization of all things spiritual as imposed by Ptolemy, the nobles and princes have taken sides, following whoever best serves their interests, of course. And as usual, the people are those who pay the price. Not only are they sent to the slaughter against the Alliance troops, they must also shed blood at home. by killing their brethren in the service of the local noblemen and their loyalties of the day. A beautiful country indeed.
How long have you known Alvida?
It's been some time now. I've had dealings with Nauts on several occasions in the hope of using their ships. Those who agree to traffic contraband are few and far between, and they are unreliable. They're even more unscrupulous than I am. Alvida isn't one of them. She's not like that, and she let me know the moment we met. She's an idealist. I understand her point of view, and I think she understands mine. Though she doesn't approve of my dealings, she defends some causes that are dear to me. And now that she owes me, I know I can count on her help. Provided, of course, that what I ask for doesn't offend her vision of the Nauts.
Why did you become a smuggler?
I'd rather not discuss that if you don't mind. But since you're asking, I haven't always been a smuggler. If you absolutely need a reason for what I do, just tell yourself I am what.
I think you mentioned you were a wanted man.
You can't be a smuggler without ending up on the hit list at some point. My trade annoys a lot of people, and the few attacks my friends and I carried out on convoys annoyed them even more. Put all that together and add in my past, and you'll find me at the top of the list. If you needed money and weren't wanted yourself, you could claim a handsome bounty by turning me in.
I've seen you use magic in battle. A different kind of magic.
Yeah, that's one of life's little jokes. I had no talent for it, or at least I never realized it when I was on the front lines. When I switched careers and my disgust for all that religious garbage was at its peak, I discovered I had a gift. Apparently, the enlightened has a sense of humor. Now, I can do a little magic, but I can't use the rings. Even if I'd had this talent before, I would have never gotten very far in the Mateist hierarchy.
As a smuggler, you're always on the move.
It's not the life I would have chosen if I'd had the choice, you know? I would have liked a quiet life on a plot of land with my family. But the war stole that dream away from me. I was forced to follow the local noblemen into battle, and it was chaos. Nothing but blood and guts and death. Finally, I left all that, left everything behind, it's true. It haunts me every day, no matter how hard I try to survive. But the ties I once had cost me far too dearly. Or let's say they cost too much to the people I loved. Well, at least I'm...
Like you, I'm just trying to survive. Trying not to think too much about... Even though it's also for them that I want to survive. I'm moving forward. One step at a time.
Sadly, that's just the way the world is. You seem to have understood that. It's hard, often exhausting, but at least you're not alone. You have...
See you.
Of course.
I imagine that there are more urgent matters than visiting the man I spoke of. Father Cardinal Pius, who lives in Paren. That said, we need to go and meet him as soon as possible. I need to inform him of all that we have witnessed. Kernaz's rise in power, his unwarranted attacks against the islanders. He will know what to do to put an end to it, and will be a strong ally against the general. And he is also a close relation of the de Vespe family, who could finance the journey to Tir-Fredi. He could certainly help us convince them if the support from Sybil proves insufficient.
You seem to know the man well. Otherwise, why would you want to find him so badly?
Let's just say that he was an ally during my exile. Someone who didn't turn his back on me despite my banishment. He is a powerful and wise man. And after all we have seen, I must admit that I'm at my wit's end. But I know he'll know what to do. How to protect Thélème as well as the people of Tir-Fredi from the Alliance.
You consider him something of a mentor?
Yes, that is exactly right. Is there anything else you would like to know?
You're saying that your father Cardinal wants to put a stop to Gurnaz's attack.
Thélème is an enemy of the Alliance, as you know. And my nation does not find the conquest of your island by these people to be desirable. We have a different approach. It may not be perfect, but we have no desire to remove your people from any information that would allow Thélème to put a stop to this conquest. Would benefit your people, believe me.
Where?
He can be found most often in the Thélème embassy in
We'll go to Paren soon enough, and we will be sure to meet him then.
If you end up docking in the city, I'll meet you at the embassy.
Of course. The magic that you're using is different from ours. Do you think you could teach me to use it?
I admit that I never thought about it. Of course, there is special training required to wield the rings, but you need to possess the gift of the enlightened. And your faith is so different than our own. But who am I to question what the divine intends for you? Let's try. We'll see what happens. It's incredible. May the enlightened forgive me. But I would have never thought that a native not of our faith could be so gifted in our magic. Of course, you'll need to continue practicing in order to progress. But you have the gift. This much is true.
Thank you, Fausta. You said...
My country, Thélème, is vast, greener and less arid than Tainea. The most magnificent among them is the capital, Montorga. They are both our highest political and religious authority. And but that's a paltry description that lacks personality, isn't it? In truth, I hope one day to return. The way this...
What are you...
I had to leave my country. I could have gone to Paren. It would have been less of a challenge, but there were too many things that reminded me of my home country. Going to Tainea was a risky leap into the
Do you know anything about the ruins here?
I don't know anything about the ruins They are the marks of an ancient civilization that lived. In those days, they had managed to unite the entire continent under a single but outside of a few surviving stories concerning these ruins in particular, they seem rather vast, and scholars from the Alliance love to study the stones in the hope. You already know that we worship the Enlightened blesses us with... I'm no expert in theology. But if you are truly interested in the topic... Yes. How can one not believe when I know well that the Alliance... And I'm sure that in the end, a scientific explanation will be found for everything. See you later.
I know you already have a lot to do, but I would still like to ask a favor, if you could spare a moment.
It's not really the moment. We'll see what we can do later.
Of course.
I've seen you use rifles like the people in the Alliance. They are powerful weapons, and I'd like to know how to use them.
You young people are all the same, always curious and eager to acquire new skills. I'll show you the fundamentals, so you could use them without hurting yourself. Well, what do you think?
It wasn't as hard as it seemed. Thank you, Safia. Why did the Alliance invade Teofredi? You have your own country.
That's a good question. There are resources on your island that we don't have, or no longer have, because we've exhausted them, and that we need to prosper. Your people don't exploit the land as we do, and you have vast spaces that still seem wild. But we like to domesticate nature, to enslave it as much as possible in order to build, to expand, to dominate other peoples. Our country is slowly dying, even though you may not have realized it yet. So my people are looking for new lands, and with them...
But they do it at the expense of my people. Teofredi is not uninhabited.
It's true. But our technology is superior to yours. And my people are counting on that fact to get the better of you. Most of them think they're giving you a gift by doing so. They think they will bring you civilization. I'm sorry, I know that's not a pleasant answer to hear, but that's what most of them think.
What does your...
I draw up maps. That is to say that I reconstruct on paper the reality of the world. I go to different places and take measurements. I indicate where the mountains and forests, the rivers and springs are. Cities, villages, and roads too. In short...
And to armies.
That's true. Although I prefer to think that I only help merchants, Every coin has two sides, and my work is no...
What brought you to Yuxantis?
That's already an excellent reason, you know. That man is a font of knowledge. Exchanging with him is a real opportunity. But you're right. It wasn't the only reason. Yuxantis is very little known to people on the mainland. Nauts guard their island jealously and rarely invite foreigners to their guild. They resemble us in many ways, especially since many youngsters of my own people have joined them. But they are also completely different. And their relationship to the sea and navigation is unique. Having the chance to discover their city, their culture, their way of life. It was an opportunity I couldn't pass up.
Boy.
See you.
This is a schedule of the guards' patrols. One of them has been marked as being absent this evening.
Congratulations, Captain Alvida. I'm sure you'll bring honor to our guild.
Thank you, Admiral. I hope I won't disappoint you.
We need your help. We found Captain Estrella's logbook, but unfortunately it's all in code.
You found her logbook? That's excellent news. I know that our master librarian has been dying to get his hands on it.
My mother hid it in a cache in her cabin. It was still there. But as my friend told you, we can't decipher it.
That's strange. She must have felt threatened or watched to feel the need to encode it.
This makes deciphering it all the more important.
Indeed. Alas, I wasn't close enough to your mother for her to entrust me with her feelings, or with any kind of code. But there must be people she worked with and trusted. They could probably tell you more.
Alvida, my dear, I know you don't much like the carpenter, but your mother trusted him enough to ask him to build a cache for her on board. We should go and question him.
I must admit that, at least on this subject, he doesn't seem to have lied to us.
Thank you for your help, Admiral.
Don't mention it. I hope you'll find some answers. I always thought the official explanation a little too simplistic. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Who and what exactly are the Admirals? What's your role?
I understand that for someone outside the guild, our organization may seem rather strange. The admirals who meet here in council in Yuxantis are the leaders of the Naut's Guild. They reach this level after having climbed through the ranks, distinguishing themselves through their bravery, talent, and foresight. They determine the guild's direction, enter into contracts on behalf of the guild, and are responsible for a fleet. The size of the fleet depends on the number of admirals in office. Currently, there are only 2 admirals, Admiral Basilis and myself, but there were 3 of us not so long ago.
How do you see the Guild?
I think I understand what's behind your question. We're a guild of navigators, ship owners, explorers, and transporters. But we're not pirates or mercenaries, and our code of ethics was set down by our forebears. I know you've suffered because of the Naut's involvement in your deportation. It's a difficult topic, because the Alliance is one of our biggest clients. Losing them as a client, even if only in part, would cost this island dearly. Personally, I think we should put an end to this type of contract, which is harmful to the Naut's very essence. After all, the Alliance won't be able to get to Tier 4D without us, even if we refuse to return with natives in our holds. That's one of the reasons why I've called the Council to the island. But unfortunately, Admiral Basilisk doesn't share my opinion.
Thank you for your time.
It's my pleasure.
Listen here, dirtbag. You...
Captain Alvida, please.
I doubt that your leader would appreciate learning that her men are threatening citizens.
My captain despises this wretch just as much as I do. If it were up to him, he would be swinging from the rope. But for your sake, Captain Alvida, I'll leave this wretched incompetent alone. But don't forget, your mother trusted him in the past, and that she paid for it with her life. This man is nothing but lies and treachery.
It seems that Silvio is in trouble. Is everything all right? Who was that woman?
I'm fine, thank you. And I have no idea who that woman was.
Who could resent you so much as to send someone to threaten you?
Well, I don't think that... Well, obviously I'm not sure, but... Well, apart from you, Captain Alvida, the only one who resents me is your father.
My father? Our opinions often clash, but he would never do such a thing. Just like me. He would like to know what happened to my mother.
Someone probably heard what you said at the tavern. Someone who would prefer that the truth never be discovered.
It would mean that this person was involved in the accident. Otherwise, why threaten you?
I don't know. But your friend isn't wrong. It's the only sensible explanation.
She should have kept quiet. These threats have only strengthened my resolve to find out what happened to my mother.
We found Captain Estrella's logbook.
It was exactly where you said it would be. In the cache you built in our cabin.
Oh, I knew it. And? Did you read it? Do you believe me now when I say I had nothing to do with it?
The logbook is encoded. It's my mother's handwriting. I don't understand what she wrote.
She trusted you enough to build the cache. But did she trust you enough to tell you about her code?
Oh, no. Believe me, I wish she had. To my knowledge, the only person she really trusted was her first mate. Her name is Alma. She survived the shipwreck, but she no longer lives here, nor on a ship for that matter. I've heard that she went to live in Olima. She's said to have settled somewhere near the port, but that's all I know.
Thank you, Silvio. We'll try to find her.
May the winds be merciful. I hope she'll be able to enlighten you. I really do.
If you want us to decipher your mother's logbook, we'll have to go to Olima.
I heard of a somewhat shady merchant, a colleague of sorts, who runs a shop by the port at night. She must know where to find a Naut who's forsworn the sea. She's the kind of person someone in my field of work needs to know.
Thank you, Ludwig. I value your suggestion. Safia would surely have proposed a more honest approach, but this merchant is a good lead. starboard shores of Tynea.
I wonder how our mysterious friend, Fausta, planned on finding this Zeren person. It's not like we can just knock on her door.
We should ask her.
You're the ones on all those posters. Look, I'm pretty sure it's them. It's always hard to recognize someone from a description, but I'm pretty sure it's you.
What?
Yes. Yes, I'm sure of it. I've got to warn the guards.
Well, let me handle this one. It'll be so much fun.
I assure you, sir, there's been a misunderstanding.
I don't think so. The poster mentions a Tearfredian about your size, and the rest of the description sounds just like you.
There are more and more Tearfredians in Olima, sir, as it's fashionable for the nobility to have my people as servants. But I can assure you that my master would not take kindly to me committing crimes. Besides, I don't have time for that. I must escort these people to see him. So why don't you stop causing a fuss?
I'm really confused. Sorry to have bothered you. I better get back to what I was doing.
The guards put up posters describing you.
Sap and precious wood, leathers and skins, minerals and plants, herbs and mushrooms.
Potions, concoctions, and coatings. Herbs, plants, and mushrooms. Need a potion or a grenade? Ladies and gents, I have everything you need. Potion.
Everything you need to make your own equipment. Hello.
This poster describes us and says that we're wanted by the guards. We better. Armor is broken! hurt! I need healing!
May the shadows crush you!
I need your hand!
I'm wounded! Someone heal me! Careful, darling! You look dreadful!
We're too late. The soldiers have already surrounded her house. We have to get her out of there.
You! Stop right there! This is a special operation, and we have every power to arrest you if you get in our way.
We're sorry. We don't want to interfere with your operation, but we're curious. What's going on?
It's none of your business. Now move on, move on. But wait, I recognize you. You're all wanted. What a piece of luck. We're gonna pocket the reward. To arms, men!
harbor is broken. Hold them what we'll make
If you dare harm the captain in any way, you'll pay for it!
Help! I need a hand!
Now I'm going to have to buy some new arm.
We've lost one of ours. I must remain focused.
May the shadows crush you! Heal yourself. We won't last much longer. May the shadows crush you!
Thank you for coming to our aid. But who are you?
Who I am doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is that Alvida is safe and sound.
My dear, you obviously have a suitor. Unfortunately, I'm afraid he's not very clever. He thinks you're a damsel in distress. He obviously doesn't know that you're fearless and entirely capable, and that you know how to handle weapons as well as guide ships in storms.
I see that you're in good company, Captain. That you have friends by your side. But I have my orders. Nothing was to happen to you.
And may I know who gave you those orders?
Well, your father, of course. He's worried, what with the trial and this investigation that you are conducting. He asked me to keep an eye on you, to protect you.
Unbelievable. Where was he when we faced that giant creature on the coast? Or when his alliance friends were trying to kill us? Where was he when I guided that skiff through the storm? Nowhere. He was never there. All I have, I owe only to myself. But now, he suddenly feels guilty and decides to stick me with a guard? Get out of here. I don't want to see you anymore. I'm old enough to defend myself.
I'm sorry you feel that way, but I have my orders.
Since you are here, you could help us bring Alma to the Constancia.
Really? We don't need him or any of my father's minions. I don't need him.
I'd be happy to do you this service. If you want to avoid having to deal with too many guards, you could reach the docks by walking along the ramparts to the north. I'll pave the way for you and make sure you don't encounter too much resistance. I am sorry that you feel this way, but I understand. And I must even say that I admire you, Captain. I will take your message to your father, and I wish you well.
Have you ever seen this man, Alvida? Is he really one of your father's men?
I've never seen him before, but if he says that my father ordered him to guard me, it must be true. Ugh, I can't believe he has so little trust in me.
Fathers almost always underestimate their daughters while also idolizing them. It's in the order of things. You shouldn't be offended.
I don't care what my father wants. I don't want this man around me.
Alma, you can come out. The soldiers are no longer a threat.
For now. But others will come, and we'd better be far from here when they arrive.
How can I know that you mean me no harm?
Alma, I'm Alvida, Estrella's daughter.
Alvida? No. No, that's impossible. The last time I saw Alvida, she was still too young to be a ship hand. And from your ink, I can see you're a captain.
I grew up and climbed to the top, it's true. Yet I am Alvida, Estrella's daughter. And today I am here to ask for your help. I found my mother's logbook on board the Constantia. But I need you to decipher it.
Then you found her cache. With Silvio's help, I suppose? You are who you say you are. I will help you, but only if you help me in return. As you said, I can't stay here. Take me to a safe place, and I'll do what you want.
We could escort you to my ship. Your old ship, the Constantia, and from there, drop you off wherever you please.
You can come out, Alma. We'll take you to the ship.
Alma, don't worry. We'll get you to the Constantia safe and sound.
Thank you, Alvida. And thank you all. I really don't understand why these soldiers want me dead.
Path your guard indicated that takes us along the ramparts to the north is longer, but it is indeed safer.
I don't like the idea of blindly trusting an envoy sent by my father. But in this case, I don't see why he'd lie.
This man sews as many corpses as my ravishing cousin. However, I must say that I approve his choice of victims.
He may be formidable, but I'm wary. Why would my father send me such a guard now?
Do you think he's worried about what you'll find out? Perhaps he fears that your search will place you in harm's way. We've almost reached the Constantia.
I'm really grateful for your help. I must admit that I'm a little nervous about setting foot on that ship again.
Oh, it's been perfectly repaired. You'll see.
From experience, it's precisely when one thinks that one's home and dry that all hell breaks loose. Stay on your toes.
We're here. All we have to do is row out to our ship.
Thank you. Thank you for protecting me and getting me here. Alvida, you really are your mother's daughter. Brave, generous, and trustworthy. If you have anything else to do here, I can go to the ship alone and wait for you there. I don't want to be a burden.
We'll come with you. I believe that Alvida and you have a lot to say to each other.
What a relief to be here on the Constantia. It has been well repaired. Estrella would be glad to see it. And even more so to know that you're Captain Alvida.
Thank you, Alma.
Will you be able to help us decipher the logbook we found?
Estrella had become very suspicious before her end. She had Silvio build the cache. She started writing in code. She never wanted to tell me what was causing her concerns. But she did give me her encryption key. So yes, it'll probably take a while, but I should be able to decipher her logbook.
Do you know why the Alliance soldiers were after you?
Not in the least. I've done my best to be discreet and lead a quiet life since I moved here. In any case, thank goodness you came. I have the feeling that they didn't intend to let me live.
I doubt these happenings are chance. It's as if our search brought on this attack.
It does seem to be quite a coincidence. But how could they know?
Remember the threat Silvio received? Some people, including Naut, don't want us to find out what happened to my mother.
I hope that the content of this logbook will enlighten us. What can you tell us about Captain Estrella?
She was an incredible woman, unwaveringly courageous and just. She knew how to lead her crew in fairness and kindness. I would have followed her to the end of the world. And she was also an excellent friend. You remind me of her, Alvida. I have no doubt that she would be proud of you.
We'll let you get over your ordeal.
I'm already much better, don't worry. And I'm going to get to work immediately. If I may, I will disembark at one of your next stops in the congregation or in Dewton. I'm no longer made for life at sea. I'll send you a message as soon as I've finished decrypting the logbook.
Thank you, Alma. And of course, we will drop you off wherever you want. And thank you for agreeing to help me in this whole affair. It means a lot to me.
Well then?
Questions. Who is this mysterious woman, really? How does she manage to remain so elegant after crossing through the sewers in half of Tainea?
Why did you come and free us from prison?
Because it was fun, of course. Like any spoiled noblewoman, I'm desperately bored, and any distraction is welcome. I jest. I simply did my best to respond adequately to my good friend Alvida's request. I wouldn't refuse your thanks, but it would be more fitting for you to thank our kind-hearted Naut.
How did you manage to enter the prison? You didn't poison all the guards.
No, as you were able to see for yourself. It just so happens that I am. Rather, I was a diplomat in Alima. I was a representative of the merchant congregation there. It gave me a number of privileges, including the right to visit most of the city's official buildings.
You seem quite well equipped for a diplomat.
I'm a Devesp. We're born with a sword in one hand and a vial of poison in the other.
Why did you come with us? Someone like you must have better things to do than follow a group of freshly escaped Tirfradians.
Better things to do, perhaps, but this journey has an absolutely delicious taste of adventure about it. But alas, the truth is far more mundane. After organizing your escape, it would have been difficult for me to keep my position as a diplomat. And besides, let's just say that Alima's climate was beginning to take a toll on my health.
Let's talk about it later.
Always at your service.
I can't believe my father sent someone to keep an eye on me and protect me. Oh, does he really believe me to be so defenseless? Anyway, forgive my bad temper. Did you want to talk about something?
I won't bother you any longer.
Don't worry.
You and your whole family of criminals. I will not be intimidated. I will find her, whatever it takes.
I don't understand a single thing you've said. Explain yourself, that's all I'm asking.
Yes, play the fool. I know you're to blame for what happened to her, and I'll prove it. I'll have you hanged.
You're not the first to promise me that. Now stop this childishness and tell us what happened. We can help you find your mistress.
You keep playing your little game, but you won't fool me. We'd only been here a few days when she told me to stay in her room here at the inn because she was going to meet you. She was so happy to have been contacted by your nephew, who had promised a meeting with you at the docks. She could already see herself doing business in Dutton with your help. But she never came back. And when I went looking for her and mentioned your nephew, I was told that he was missing too. So don't tell me you had nothing to do with it.
I never arranged any meeting with your mistress, I can assure you of that. My nephew must have used my name to secure the meeting.
You're nothing but a family of criminals, that's what you are. I've had enough of your lies, but I won't give up. I'll find her.
We should search the merchant's room. There might be a note with the location of the meeting.
This message tells the merchant to meet on the docks near Overseas House. It's signed Rudolph, nephew of the smuggler Ludwig.
What on earth has got into the lad?
Let's go and have a look on the docks. Maybe we'll find something there.
This is the place mentioned in Rudolph's message.
Let's look around. Maybe we'll be able to learn what happened.
Someone was hurt. There's blood here. He stepped in it. So we'll be able to track him.
I hope it's not Rudolph's blood. What have you got yourself into, boy?
This hat is very similar to those worn by the congregation. The merchant we're looking for must have lost it.
I can't do it. Be quiet. We don't want to be over... Be quiet. We don't want to be overheard.
The bloody trail takes us straight to that warehouse. Oh, I hope we won't find bodies there.
A cage. I wonder what it was used for.
These weren't knots used to secure goods. I'd say this rope was used to tie someone up.
I think that's all there is. I doubt we'll find anything more.
Damn it, Rudolph, what have you got yourself into? Everything suggests that he's involved in some kind of kidnapping.
Your nephew is one of my people now. Trust me, I don't like this any more than you do.
What do you think? Could he be behind all this?
The lad I knew had never set foot on a ship. In fact, he'd never been further than his own property line. I'd like to say he couldn't have done it, but the truth is, I don't know. And now all I want to do is save him from the gallows.
Then let's try to find that cave from the letter.
Let's. The sooner the better.
I knew if I followed you, I'd find something. What were you doing in that warehouse? Is that where you're keeping my mistress?
We're not holding anyone. We followed a trail that led from the docks to this place.
A likely story. But first, we're going to search you. Search them.
Hey lads, we're finally going to answer.
intention of killing you. We just want to...
Why didn't you listen to us then?
You wouldn't let us search you. And I thought you were involved in her disappearance.
You could have believed us when we told you that we had nothing to do with it, but that we were going to find your mistress and my nephew.
Then what were you doing in that warehouse?
My mistress isn't just anybody, you know. She's not just important to me. She's important.
We went to the place where your mistress was supposed to have a meeting. We found a trail that led us here. The clues we found in this warehouse suggest that she's been kidnapped. And we discovered a note that mentioned a cave in the backcountry. We planned to go to see if she is being held there.
Thank you for telling me all that. I'm beginning to feel hopeful again. I'm sorry. I suppose I'll...
Show them what we're made of!
I'd best vanish into the shadows.
May the shadows crush you! May the shadows crush you! My armor is completely ruined!
Quiet. We don't want to be overheard.
Let me out of here, you louts! You don't know who you're dealing with! Somebody help me, please! Let me out of here, you louts! You don't know who you're dealing with!
How can I help you?
See,
Of course.
you're free. Come with us. You're free. Come with us. We'll take you somewhere safe.
Oh, that's such a relief. I thought I'd never get out of that cage. However did you find us?
All we did was follow your trail from the docks where you met. As a matter of fact, your servant was so worried about you that he took it out on us.
Oh, poor Joseph. Oh, don't blame him. He's very protective and fiercely loyal. But it sometimes makes him lose his wits. Thank you very much for your help. But I am quite exhausted and hungry, so I must get back to the tavern straight away.
I suppose you expect me to thank you?
No, that's not really my style. But I do expect an explanation. How did you get caught up in this mess?
I hired those thugs to help me scare the merchant a little. But when they realized that it wasn't about getting a hefty ransom, they decided to take matters into their own hands. They grabbed us both and brought us here. I imagine they were hoping that the congregation would pay for her, but as for me...
Why did you want to intimidate this merchant?
I wanted her to tell me something about my mum. About what had become of her.
None of this makes any sense. Why would she have any information about your mother?
You haven't heard? Our village was attacked. They set fire to it. Grandad, your father was killed in the fight, along with lots of other villagers. All thanks to you, my dear uncle.
No. No, that can't be true.
A few of us managed to escape, like me and Mum. But we got separated in the confusion. I made it to the sea and decided to become a Naut. To get away from everything. From the war and the consequences of your crimes. But Mum, she fled to the congregation. And I was hoping that this merchant would know where she is.
I'm sorry, Rudolph. I'm so very, very sorry. My father, the village. I never meant for any of this to happen.
Maybe not, but it happened. So try and find Mum, will you? I just want to know she's all right.
I'll try. But you know the congregation's a big place and not everyone who lives there knows everyone else.
I realise now that my plan was stupid. I only hoped. Ever since I became a Naut, I've been here on Yuxantis. I'm just sea-given, and I don't really have my sea legs. They never sent me back to the continent, so when I heard about this merchant, I wanted to talk to her.
I can understand that. And I also understand your anger towards me. But don't go getting into trouble like this in the future. Don't end up like me.
I'll be more careful in the future. But try to find out where my mum is. Please.
Now that Rudolph is safe and sound and we've proven that he didn't mistreat that merchant, I think...
I'm listening.
You know that I was a soldier once. In the village where I grew up, I was forcibly conscripted by the local lord to take part in the Civil War. It was horrible. We were used as cannon fodder, and the nobles who gave us orders never took any risks themselves. I ended up leaving that life behind and becoming a smuggler. But what you don't know is why I left the army. I killed my commanding officer. The bounty on my head isn't so much for my smuggling activities as for that first offense. Some years ago, not long after that incident, they tried to get me by targeting my brother, Rudolph's father. They threatened to hang him if I didn't surrender. I knew they'd hang us both if I gave myself up, so I let my brother hang.
I'm sorry, Ludwig. I understand your nephew's behavior better now. But why did you kill your officer?
That's a story for another day. Suffice it to say that he had it coming. Anyway, thank you again for helping me get the child out of trouble. And I hope you're not too worried about traveling with a murderer.
See?
Of course.
I hear guards coming this way. We should avoid them. I don't like the idea of fighting them when they're just doing their job.
made of? My armor is broken.
This armor is useless now. I need help from someone.
We've lost one of ours.
There's one less of us. We can't let them win. May the shadows crush you.
My armor is ruined.
There's one less of us. We can't let them win. All by my...
What was that?
I can hear the clanking of the guards' armor from here. We'd better keep away from them if we want to keep a low profile.
You stupid merchant. Who do you take yourself for? Do you really think yourself irreplaceable? Dozens of poor souls are ready to take your job.
I am truly sorry. It won't happen again. I give you my word. Gentlemen, I beg of you, there is no need to resort to violence. I would never dare to try to...
Shut up, merchant. Consider yourself lucky that the warehouse is still standing. What made you think you could trick us?
Baran, is everything all right?
Stay out of this! Move along! The warehouse is closed!
It seems that Baran got your message, and that he will be careful to be more diligent in the future.
And just who are you? His bodyguards or something?
We are simply his friends, come to speak with him. But if you insist on threatening him in this manner, I will not hesitate to report your attitude to one of the city's logicians.
Since Mr. Baran has friends in high places, we will leave him be. But I hope he remembers what we talked about. And that he will demonstrate initiative in repaying his debts.
Yes, of course. goes without saying. Don't worry, you'll be more than satisfied with my next delivery.
I hope so. And don't dally. I wouldn't want it to be thought that we're being patient with someone intent on double-crossing us.
Ah, you've come in the nick of time. I thought they were going to kill me. Thank you, Saphir. And your friends as well. I don't know what they would have done to me if you hadn't come.
Please, it's nothing. What did those soldiers want?
I was supposed to deliver something to them, but I got my orders mixed up and they didn't receive what they were expecting. They apparently thought I was trying to pull one over on them. But you didn't come to hear me complain. What can I do for you?
I'm looking for your cousin. I know it's been years, but I was hoping to see him again.
My cousin? Haven't you heard? He's left for Teer Fradee. He wanted to follow in your footsteps, to see the world with his own two eyes. Frankly, he's not cut out for it if you ask me, but he went anyway. Come to think of it, before he departed Alima, he left me something for you.
Really? What is it?
Oh, I haven't opened it. I didn't keep it here. As you can see, just anyone can waltz right into this warehouse, and I was afraid it would fall. I had it taken to my other warehouse in Eschiara. You can go and pick it up there. I'll send a bird to let the person in charge know you're coming.
Thank you, Baran. We'll do just that. And be careful. Those soldiers didn't seem to be joking around.
Your friend Baran seems to have a difficult relationship with these soldiers.
Indeed. I admit I don't much like the idea of him trading with imperialists. But I suppose business is business.
This door is locked.